Hello there guys, and welcome to the final instalment of Ducati, the 90th anniversary video game. Right, this is going to be a little bit different to what we've done so far because I'm not that bothered about getting gold stars. I just really want to explore the great victory section, see what bikes are in there, try them out, have a little bit of a go on them. So I think maybe, depending on how many bikes there are, we might do some single races. We're certainly not going to bother with the tournaments. Or we might just do like a lap in each bike just to have a look at them. Anyway, let's get in there and see what we've got. Right, so there is a championship. We're going to be ignoring that. That's R1. I assume these are all going to be R1 and R2. Ooh, we have Raymond Rocha. I don't know who that is, but we have the King. So we've got Cole Fogarty. So we're definitely going to be having a crack on his bike. I wonder if it actually is him or whether it's just his bike. It's just going to be his bike, isn't it? But that's a nice surprise. Neil Hodgson and Troy Bayliss. Another Cole Fogarty one, so we might take that first and then everybody has to ride the bike. Another Troy Bayliss, R2 categories, R1 categories. Well, this is going to enable us to see all of the bikes, isn't it? Because Cole Fogarty's bike is going to be an R1. So if we're looking here at all of the R1 bikes, and then we look at the other one at all of the R2 bikes, we can see what bikes are available. That is beautiful. In fact, that's not bad either, is it? But you can tell it's old. It looks dated. It's like they don't do exhaust like that anymore, do they? They sort of tuck them under like this. So that's 1999. That looks newer than 1999. That's 1990. That's nice. And Troy Bayliss' bike as well. That's very nice. Oh, we got some lovely bikes in here. That's 2008, so that's quite old as well. So 2008, 2003. I think we've seen some of these before. I'm not absolutely sure. We haven't had Cole Fogarty's bike before. That's certainly new. So let's have a look at the R1s. Oh no, we've just done the R1s? Yeah, we just did the R1s. Ah, I meant to go that way. Right, the R2s then. What we got in here? Who the fuck is Alice? Alice? Who the fuck is Alice? Why was that song so popular? It was shit, weren't it? So we've got this from 2007, and we've got this. Is that it? Just two R2s? I'm not going to be able to handle either of these. They're going to be a complete and utter fucking nightmare. But that's really nice. We might have to have a crack on I think. Oh, we got Casey Stoner as well. I didn't even notice. So we got Casey Stoner and Cole Fogarty's bikes. I don't know any of the other people. It's just these two. So I'll try those two first then. So we'll go with Fogarty's first because there was one in here where everybody uses his, wasn't there? I'll tell you what. We'll go for this one so that we get to see Raymond Rocha. I'm guessing we get to see his bike at the same time. So we'll have a crack on here with Cole Fogarty, and then we'll have Casey Stoner next. Oh, it's already the right one. So that's what we're up against, and this is what we're in. This is going to be a nice bike, it really is. It's probably going to sound quite nice as well. Let's see what it says about it then. There's only one rider in the Superbike Championships who's heard the nickname The King. Yeah, good old Cole Fogarty, with 4 World Championships and 55 victories. I didn't think it'd be that many, all on Ducati. He's the most successful Superbike rider ever. His last World Championship, something. So is it going to be... No, it's not. It's just us. But we have a new set of leathers. That's nice. So we've got dressed up to ride the King's bike. So I'm liking that. And it's got his little eyes on the front as well. It's got his logo with the evil little eyes peering through. I like that. Nice little touch. There we go. Look. Foggy. Right then. Step aside for the King. This is going to be fun. Ooh. Not going to lift up your front wheel, Carl? Oh, you pussy. What are you playing at? Hey, it's a nice bike. This feels very nice. This could very well become my new favourite, but of course there are a few more to be looking at. Bloody hell. See you later, boys. We're away. We are away. No wonder he won so many races. Look at his bike. Pisses all over the competition. I didn't think it was as many as that, though. And I also didn't know that it was always with Ducati. I didn't know that. Did you know that? Oh, I've gone really wide. Okay, so we're going to have to be a little bit earlier on the brakes. But now we have to fight our way to the front, which is a much more pleasurable and more rewarding experience than being at the front feeling, bloody hell, this is not nice. It's a much more pleasurable experience than being at front the whole time. Well, I was just going to do one lap, but I quite like this bike. Oh, bollocks, that was a mistake, didn't mean to do that. Oh, when you cancel it, it's very, very jarring. Right, come on then. We've dropped down into 15th. We've got to catch up. Oh, got to get on them brakes a tiny bit earlier, I think. Well, everyone's wearing these leathers, even the guys on the other bike. They're all wearing this. It doesn't feel like I'm out for a ride with your mates. It feels like I'm at a track. Racing against other people. And I want to win. Oh, come on, come on. I've got to brake earlier. This bike, you need to brake a little bit earlier than you think. Yeah, go on, Carl. Oh dear, sorry about that. Really should have rewound there, shouldn't I? I don't think I'm going to have enough now. That's not really going to help, is it? Do you reckon I'm going to be able to recover this? Right, we're going to be full forward on our weight and full brakes and see what happens. Oh, I thought I was going to make it. Come on then. We're still on lap 1. Now we're on lap 2. Let's try and catch him up. Come on. I'll try Casey Stoner after this. I don't know any of the other people, so I'm not that bothered about any of the other people really. These are the only two that I've actually heard of. So we're gonna go with Casey next. And then we'll have a look at the bike options as opposed to the people. I don't know. We got Troy Bayliss, haven't we? So we'll try him third. Oh shit! And I can't remember who else there was. Who was the other one? Neil somebody? Neil Hodgson. That's who else there was. Yeah, there are some famous names in there. And this dude is someone I've never heard of. Someone Roche or something. Rory Roche or something like that, wouldn't it? That sounds like a superhero from DC Comics. Or a villain. Rory Roche. I'm not actually convinced if that's what it was. It was something like that, wasn't it? It's someone I've never heard of anyway. But we're going to go with Casey Stoner next, for sure. Whatever bike he's on. Oh, bloody not braking enough. Oh, that's shite. Okay, we're not winning. Nice little spin on the bike there. So we're going to get out of this and we're going to try someone else's. Let's exit. So yeah, I'm not really going to do races. I'm just going to try the bikes and see what they're like because I want to have a little experience of all of them. But you've seen the format of the game now. We've unlocked every chapter. We've done a little bit of everything. I'm not really looking for any more gold stars. I'm not going to upload any more videos after this one. But I will most definitely be having a bit of a play on quick play mode. Might even have a crack online, but I doubt it. Maybe if I get really good. Right, so we're going with Casey Stoner. It was Raymond Roche, that's what it was. What did I say? Rory. Yeah, so there is Neil Hodgson and Troy Bayliss and Cole Fogarty again. Troy Bayliss. We're looking for Casey Stoner. Where's he gone? Hang on. We had Casey Stoner, didn't we? I'm not going mad. Or was he just in with the R2 bikes, maybe? So where's the R... This one was R2, wasn't it? He might just be in here. Yes, there we go. Right, so we're going to try Casey Stoner. I don't know who Andrea Dovi someone or another is. Never heard of them. Right, this is going to be a handful. What does it say? When the MotoGP Championship changed the race rules that limited cylinder capacity from 1,800cc, Ducati took everybody by surprise. Yet, in the words of the great Filippo, he said, "Wow, wow, 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 wow." That's all he says, because he can only speak dog. There we go. So I got distracted there by the word Filippo. I don't know what the rest of it was saying. Come on then. That's not Casey Stoner, that's me. I'm going to have to be really gentle on the accelerator. This bike will want to flip. There we go, that's enough. Oh shit. Yeah, I expected this to be a mess. This bike's going to be really hard to handle. We'll persevere for a bit. See how we get on. Same leathers as the King, Mr. Foggy. And also that other dude, whatever his name was, Rory or Raymond or something. He had these leathers as well, didn't he? His bike. So this is definitely the levers of choice for great races from the 1990s to the present day, minus 4 years. Slow down! Jesus Christ! We're not going to complete the race. We're just going to have a little go, and that's it. And then we're going to go on someone else's. Who should we do next? I think we'll go for Neil Hodgson next. That will be a bit easier to handle than this. Slow down, get your back brake on. Go on. Nice bike though. It's very difficult to control compared to Foggy's bike, but it's nice. It is nice. That one, Carl Fox's, might be my new favourite. As I was saying before, I'd have to compare them. I'd have to ride them both. At the moment, it's the 998, but the Foggy's bike is a lot more manoeuvrable than the other one. Certainly, is a lot more responsive. Although the brakes were a bit shit, to be fair. Sorry about that, Casey. Didn't mean to scratch your paint. Oh my goodness me. Right, that's enough crashes now. Let's have a look at another one. Exit, and we'll have a look at another bike. Right, we're going to go with... which one did I say? I can't remember who I said. I'll have a look and remind myself when we get in there. But both of those are very nice bikes. This one, the Casey Stoner one, is definitely a lot more difficult to handle, but that's what we expected, isn't it? So who else was there back here? Right, we're going to try Neil Hodgson, and then we'll also try Troy Bayliss as well. So we'll go into this Donington Park race and have a crack on both of these. But haven't we done that before? I don't know if it's the same or just a very similar livery from before, but when we were doing the year 2000s, this bike was probably in there. In fact, probably both of these. We'll have a crack on this one here first, because it's definitely the nicer one of the two. But I'm not sure whether they were in there or not. Probably were, so we've probably seen these already. Right, so Troy Bayliss, the Ducati 1098F08 is yet another successful chapter in Ducati's history, with amazing performances which enabled it to reach 316 kilometers per hour at Monza without slipstream. This bike is the bollocks. There we go. Troy Bayliss, brother of more famous Trevor Bayliss, who invented the wind-up radio. I bet he was in the garage and he saw Troy's bike and he was like, can I just borrow a couple of those bits? Make myself a batteryless radio. Come on then, Troy, let's have you. I don't really know Troy Bayliss is, never heard of him. But he rides number 3, 2 plus 1. I think we might have seen this bike before. I'm really not sure. Oh shit! Well, we're going to buckaroo our way around this this track. Same levers again. So I think that's going to be all the way across the board on these bikes. Is going to be this this outfit. No more denim jeans with turn-ups and leather jackets. Full race gear. No fucking around now. This is not a day out with your mates on a Sunday afternoon. This is a day at the races. This is some serious shit. Well, this is also a really, really nice bike. I honestly can't remember whether or not we did ride this before when we were in the 2000s chapter. We might have done, but I'm not sure. But yeah, it's nice. It's nice. Sounds nice as well. Ah, bollocks. It's got a lot of power. Slow down. Get that back brake. Yeah, this is a nice experience. I think I preferred the Foggy's bike though. I think that's probably my favourite at the moment. We're just going to do a lap. Because the other one is Donington Park as well, isn't it? So I'm going to jump straight back into there next and see how it compares with this one. This was the newer one of the two, wasn't it? So I think I might have been getting them mixed up when I was saying about the year 2000 bikes. I think I chose the newer one. It looks new anyway. It looks like a more modern bike. And the other one probably had lower exhausts as opposed to them being tucked up here. Quite forgiving. We were lying it down quite flat there and we didn't slide out, which I have done many times on other bikes. Like that. Right, that's enough of that one. Let's have a look what else we've got. I can hear doors opening. That might mean Filippo's on his way. You probably heard me mention him when we were reading about that bike, designed by the great Filippo, or whatever they mentioned him for. So, which one was that? Was that Troy Bayliss? I think it was, wasn't it? We'll find out from which one we're on. Yes, it was. So that was 2008. This one's 2003. Okay. Totally mixed them up. I do think we've been on this already, but I'm still going to have a crack on it anyway, and we'll see how it compares to the previous one. We're gonna do a lap of Donington. Just as we have before. Pretty sure we used this one before. If we didn't use this, we had one with the same livery, because I was looking at the Shell Advance and it was making me want chocolate because it's quite similar to the Yorkie colours and also the feeler. I'm pretty sure we've used this bike before. So much power means a group of equally powerful components. The new slipper something. It's good to wear slippers when you're riding a motorcycle. Right then, come on, let's go. Can't remember whether I've ridden all the bikes from the other eras or not. I'm pretty sure there's a few that we missed. We'll do a lap. If it's going really well, we might actually do a race and pick up a couple of stars. Ah, bollocks. I'm pressing cancel. Yeah, I didn't mean to do that. But we've got away with it quite nicely. The cancel is not very good. It lets you back in really, really gently when you do a rewind, but when you do a cancel, there ain't anything gentle going on. It's no slow motion to get you back into it. It just throws you back where you were. I think if you're going to cancel the rewind, what's probably a good idea is to do it like this. So that I've accidentally rewound on purpose. So if I do this and go to the very front of the rewind, now cancel, it should be a lot easier. Yeah, look at that. There we go. So there's your tip of the day if you want to cancel a rewind. Get your bike all the way to the front, then hit the cancel button and it won't teleport you to the front. Thanks for that, mate. That was very useful. Get on these brakes nice and early. I don't really like Donington, do you? It's not one of my favourite tracks. It's not in that many games though, is it really? And it's certainly, I think I said on the previous video, it's definitely not the heart of English motor racing at all. That's Silverstone. That's just not right that they say that, but they do say it. Donington Park, the home of English motor racing. No, it's not true. Definitely Silverstone. Bit twitchy there. Well, we're not looking like we're going to get any stars, so we are going to cut this short, but we'll just do a wheelie first, and now we'll do a stoppie. We'll try and control it. Now we'll just slide off and high side it. There we go. That's enough. Right, let's have a look what other bikes there were. Can't remember. Although I definitely think we've seen some of them before, you know? I was expecting this part of the game to go back a lot further than it does. It's kind of like 1992 around about now, well, when the game came out, but I thought it'd go all the way back to the 50s in this section, like, you know, great races just all the way through the history of Ducati. That's what I expected, but unfortunately not. So we did both of those now, I think. We haven't done Raymond's bike. That was a slightly old one, wasn't it? It was the one with the big box back end and the big back light that was like the back of a lorry. We'll have a crack on that then. Let's try Raymond's bike out. I'll tell you what, not in here though. We'll go in one of the R1 categories, so we get to be in a different track. So we're going for Raymond's bike, this one here. So we've done all of these now, apart from this one, so we'll have a crack on this. Yeah, the backlight on this bike is ridiculous, it really is. It's like the sort of thing you'd get on a lorry. And the exhausts as well, two big fat heavy exhausts on either side. And you see, I don't know if you noticed there when it got that picture, but they've got like scaffolding holding the exhausts up. The bike is a heavy bike, it really is. What's it have to say? I'm not reading it, I'm just having a quick glance over. Right, come on then. It was Raymond, not Rory, wasn't it? It's nice from the front though, isn't it? It's got nice fairing, I quite like it. It's quite an attractive bike. I just don't like the back of it very much. It's that big square, well, it's not the big rectangular back light. That's what makes it look a bit silly. It's very square behind the seat, isn't it? But a lot of bikes from that era were like very boxy, the back end of them. Now we'll see what it's like. I'm expecting it to be a bit sluggish. We're going to be having nice early brakes. Oh, maybe not. Maybe the brakes are pretty good. It feels heavy. It's nice though. It's quite stable, that's for sure. Let's have a quick look round. It is a really nice bike. I will forgive the giant backlight. It's quite bright as well, that backlight. But we're forgiving the backlight because it is quite a nice bike. And look at that, barely even lifted off. I intentionally didn't try and stop it. I wanted to see how. God, it's really stable through there. What we're going to do on this little brow? It did lift. Right, I just wanted to see if it would or not. This time I'll lean forward. So I just wanted to see how it reacted to that little bump there without shifting my weight forward. But look at the supports for those exhausts. They look like they're really heavy. I quite like it actually. I really do. It is growing on me quite a lot, and it is very stable. It's very nice to ride. See how we get on with this this nasty corner coming up in a minute. See how we get on. Braking a bit late. Yeah, look at that. Not twitchy at all. I mean, I rode very badly, but it really. I mean, most of the bikes on that corner are really quite twitchy and quite hard to control when you go slow. Whereas that was pretty nice. I like this. It feels nice and easy. So let's now try and focus a little bit and see whether or not we can catch up with the pack. Let's put ourselves to the test. The bike is quite easy to ride. Oh, bleeder. Did I knock him off? No, nearly though. Yeah, it's quite surprised me, this has. It's quite nice. Alright, I'm very keen on the challenge of trying to catch up the pack. So I'm going to continue with this before we look at any more bikes. I like this quite a lot, actually. It's got to be in my top 3. I think Foggy's bike, this one, and was it? I can't remember what it was. 998 from the last chapter. Oh, I'm going way too fast. Get that back brake on. Oh no. Well, I'm not going to rewind. I'm going to go and have a look at another bike, but I like that one. Look underneath. That's a weird. It's a weird sort of weld connecting like the exhaust sort of downpipe, I guess it would be. I don't know what you call it on a motorbike. But that onto the exhaust, the bit in between the manifold and the exhaust back box. That bit has a really weird like junction there going on. Don't think I've seen that before. But we'll chase down these stragglers. Oh, that felt good. Hey. Oh, watch it cartwheel. Right, let's see what else there is in our selection of bikes. Now, we ain't going to be doing any full races. It's like I keep getting tempted, but it's not going to happen. We're just going to have a little play on the bikes, a little look at them, and then we're going to shut this down, and that's going to be the end. But we don't need any more gold stars. But we do need to look at the rest of the bike. So that's all of the R1s. So we've got to go into an R2 and see what's in there. There's only a few in here, weren't there? Christ, that's it, just 2. So we've done this one, we've done Casey Stoner. So this is the only bike left. Sponsored by Tim. So, Tim who? I can't think of many Tims. There we go, if you want to read that. Be quick, because I'm about to change. There's some more stuff. The V-shaped 4-stroke 4-cylinder engine with Desmodromic distribution specially enhanced for the occasion. Let's see how we get on with this then. I think this is going to be a little bit more difficult than what we've done so far. Bit weird exhaust. Weird how the exhaust comes up one side there, and then it's got like the swing arm, like it's not a single swing arm, it's on both sides of the wheel. And yet the exhaust is just coming out one side like that, like they're trying to leave one side of the bike empty. Oh, it's quite nice. Yeah, this is really quite nice. Make sure I brake early for this hill. Ooh, shit. Ah, bollocks. This bike's alright, it really is. I'll go from there. Try not to lift on here, it will blatantly flip. Whoops. Yeah, you don't need to check whether or not this bike's going to flip. It's blatantly going to flip. Oh, it's a little bit too fast. There we go, we've high-sided it, and I think we might have killed a couple of other people in the process. No! Oh yeah, he fell off, look. Anyway, let's have a quick look at it. It's quite pointy at the back end, isn't it? Look, it comes to quite a point there at the back. That's unusual for the Ducatis. Normally they're quite wide. I do like the fairing. That is a nice bike. And it's got the little wings there, look, as well. I don't think we've had them on any of the other bikes on this game, have we? On the side of the fairing, those little the little aerodynamic wing things. You get those a lot on the MotoGP bikes. I mean, have you seen some of the 2020 bikes? It's just like little bits poking out of them all over the place. It's starting to look a bit crazy. We're just going to have a little bit of fun before we turn this one in. Well, I do think this is the last one, isn't it? Full back brakes. That looked good. I like the way my rider just seemed to appear on the bike once it had corrected itself. That looked really cool. I mean, it just happened to be in the same place as the respawn. On the camera, not on the track, because it was facing the wrong way. Let's get a stoppie in the grass. There we go. I wonder if you can land back on it if it flips. That's a nice bike, it really is. Right, I'll tell you what, we are done on racing. That's all of the bikes from this category. So what we're going to do now, that's Filippo shouting upstairs. Well, barking is what he's doing. We are now going to have a little look in some of the other areas of the game before we shut down this video series. So we're going to go into our little showroom museum place, and we'll have a nose round some of the bikes. And we've unlocked every bike now, so we've had a look at every race, probably. So there's nothing else for us to do, really, apart from have a nose at the bikes. So we'll go out of there, and we'll go into the museum. And we'll have a good look around all these bikes. So showroom. Well, I was hoping the showroom would just allow us to have a look around all of them. But it's not, is it? Can we move on to another one from here? Or are they all just one at a time? The history of Ducati. Let's see what that says. Well, it's just that. I thought it might be like a little video or something, but unfortunately not. But if you want to pause now, read. And pause and read. I'm not going to bother with that. Description is just a description of this bike, like so. So unfortunately we can't jump onto the next bike, which would be a good thing, wouldn't it? I mean, they're all there, look, we just want to walk around. Let's go back. Oh, that was a bit of anticlimax. I wanted to move around the place. What year is this then? 1954, 1958? I thought that was the older one. We'll just enjoy these bikes. That's just so weird, those headlights, aren't they? And they've never done that again before or since. It's just so weird. It's like they made the bike and they was like, you know what we forgot? We forgot to put a light on the front. And the bloke says, I've got a couple on the front of me Mini, I'll go and get them. I'll stick them on for you, they'll be fine. That's what it's like. But you see what I mean about the boxy back end? It's like it's made out of plywood. Very boxy back ends in that era, weren't they? That's in the 1980s. I think that's a really ugly bike, I really do. The fairing is just too much. And the headlight looks like it's from an Austin Metro. I had an Austin Metro and it was that colour. Okay, when we move into the 90s, they are starting to look a little bit nicer. That is a much nicer bike than this. It really is. It's just not a nice bike, that's not. It's probably the only bike Ducati have made that isn't... you know, the lines just ain't there. I wonder who designed it compared to the other ones. It's just not the same, is it? It's not balanced properly. The fairing's bloody awful. then the rest of them are really quite beautiful machines. The Monster, every version of the Monster is a very, very nice bike. It just looks like it means business. It's like, you don't fuck with me. It's like that big fat bulbous fuel tank, and then the way that's sort of like carried round into the headlight, that big round sort of area in front of you when you're sitting on it, that's just power. It's just nice. That's a nice bike. Really weird back wheel on that. I don't ever recall seeing a motorbike with that kind of back wheel in my life. Yeah, very weird. So that's Foggies then. So what year was that? 1999. So I didn't. When we went through the eras, I didn't notice that it was Cole Fogarty's bike, but I'm pretty sure we probably used it when we went through those years. I can't remember, but we probably did. That's not nice either. Just the fairing ruins it. It's just too much just block colour going on there. I do like the back end on that though. But it's just delivery, isn't it? I mean, all of a sudden it looks miles better because there's a splash of white. Exactly the same bike, little splash of paint, some vinyl stickers, and it looks miles better. And it's all of these are the same, look. The front end of that's a bit low, isn't it? Look at the headlight. Look how low down it is. That's a bit weird. This is nice. So that's Casey Stoner's. Same again with Foggy's bike. I didn't notice this as we was coming through. Not until we got into the final sector. This one was one of my favourites. I liked that a lot. Was it that, or was it the 998? That's nice to ride, but it's a little bit slow. The tricolour's nice. This is nice. That was just a crazy machine. That was just like an experiment. It's just weird. The front end of it's a little bit like the Street Fighter though, isn't it? The way that the straight after the headlight is swept back, as opposed to being that round bulbous. Let's have a look at the Street. Oh, here is the Street Fighter. You see what I mean? It's a completely different angle, but it's the same kind of idea. Whereas a lot of Ducati bikes are a lot more bulbous at the front, like a big round surround around the headlight, unless it's a naked bike, of course. That looks amazing. It really does. It just looks like something's had its head chopped off, but it's gonna go anyway. It's like, you might have cut my fucking head off, but I'm still gonna bite you. It is. It's pure aggression. That's an amazing bike without a head. It might have been this. I really honestly can't remember which one it was that I really liked. I think it was 2-cylinder though. That surprised me. It was a lot nicer than I expected it to be. These are nice as well. I really like the just the grid on the front of the headlight on this one. It's nice. That's it. That's the lot. Where's the one that got the weird exhaust like a tuba? Was it that bizarre fucking Terminator bike? That's got quite a strange exhaust as well. Well, I've got to say I really like them all, apart from this one. So yeah, I just don't like that fairing at all. It just looks like a giant lump of plastic. It really does, with a headlight from a Austin Metro, my old Austin Metro, which was almost this colour. It was more orangey than this, but it had that headlight for sure. I do like that. I've got to say, those headlights stuck on the front, they balance that back box, don't they? It's like the weight of the bike works because those bolted on headlights complement that big box at the back. But what were they thinking? What were they thinking? It looks like it's been made in a shed. Yeah, I like these. I like these a lot, especially this. We'll have a look at this one in the showroom, simply because I really admire the attention to detail on the painted number, like the thickness of the paint. It's that's one of the first things I noticed on this game. So it's the first. Can we zoom in? Yeah, we can. It's the first bike that I played with, and whilst it was loading, it showed me around the bike a little bit. One of the first things I noticed is that is a most definitely hand painted 62, and you can see that the paint is actually three-dimensional. And I was thinking, right then, I'm going to like this this game. But yeah, look, the logo and everything is all hand painted. I mean, this bike would feel slow as fuck now, but when I first started the game, this bike was a lot of fun. But it is really beautiful, isn't it? It's like those curves. It's like the entire front end just looks amazing. It really does. What I like about old cars and old bikes is you can tell that this has been made by a man in a factory with a hammer and a big bit of bloody metal that he's been banging away at. Isn't it? It's like a panel beater with a lot of skill has made that bike. And it's the same as really nice old cars as well. It's like you can just see that that's been done by someone who is a craftsman, as opposed to like a machine has just stamped it out of a mould, like all them ones that are behind it over there. And that to me just gives it something that isn't just a shape. It's a shape that's got like soul and character, and everyone is a tiny little bit different. But yeah, I've mentioned this before on a couple of videos where I'm talking about old cars on Forza, but you can just tell that there's some craftsman with a lot of skill has helped to create this. I might be completely wrong, perhaps it did just come out of a factory. Kaboomf, and that's it. Next, slide it in, push the press down, there's another fairing for you. Who knows? I don't even know what it's made out of. It might even be fiberglass and just painted with silver paint. I mean, it shouldn't really be metal because it'd be really fucking heavy. But you know what I'm talking about. A while ago, there was an advert on TV where there's this Indian dude and he was banging his car wheel at Lama to make it look like a Ford Ka or Ford car, whatever you want to call it. And like, it was really cool because he'd hammered his whatever car it was into the shape of this this other car because it was all round and everything. I thought that was a fucking brilliant advert, really clever. But anyway, I like this old style stuff. I also like that yellow rubber pipe as well. I think that's a nice little touch. There we go, guys. That's your lot. That is the end of the tour through the life of Ducati motorcycles. And aren't they beautiful? I don't know which one's my favourite. That original Desmo, it's just like, I mean, it's just so nice, but it's old and it's slow by comparing it to more modern vehicles these days. So it's hard to say. I really do like this. I mean, even though it looks like someone made it in a shed out of just spare bits that they had knocking around and some plywood. Definitely not that. Oh, I'm always going to have a soft spot for the monsters. I don't know which monster I prefer though. The tricolour is nice, but I just like the pure aggression of that. The one, let me get over to it. Is it 2014? I thought it was 2015. It's 2014. So it's just the way the front light is done. I don't give a fuck. I don't care that I ain't got a face. I've still got a mouth, and I'll bite your face off. That's what that bike is. It's pure aggression. It's nice, isn't it? They should have done the spring. On the spring should have been red, not orange, on there, and it should have been yellow on this one, not orange. By comparison, the Scrambler looks quite weedy. I mean, the Scrambler's a beefy bike. It really is. But once you've been looking at the Monster for a bit, I mean, look at that. Look at it. Pure testosterone. It's just fat for the sake of being fat, with a P and a H. Possibly still my favourite Ducati, I think. Right, we are done. We are done. I would love the Street Fighter if it had a different end. I don't like that alien face that it's got with all those sharp, pointy angles. If it hadn't got that, it would be such a nice bike. I love the framework on it. It's just, I mean, it is not that dissimilar to the Monster, really, is it? It's a really nice bike. It's got the dropped exhaust though. Yeah, it's just a bit pointy. It's got a little bit of a pointy chin. But if they'd rounded that off with a big round spot on it, like the Monster, it would have been better. Like this one, not that one. If they'd got this face on the on this, it would be a really nice bike. As well, I don't like the little visor on that either. It doesn't need to be there. And that's a little bit pointy as well. But yeah, the Street Fighter would be so nice if they didn't have that pointy bit at the front, and instead they had this big round fat light. That would be a beautiful bike. Right, I'm off to convince Carol that motorbikes are safe and I need to buy one. I do miss my bike. But I think if I got on any of these at all, I'd be dead in not much time. Right, we'll go on down here and have a little look at the old Desmo. It's just lovely, isn't it? Look at all that space around the engine to put your sandwiches. So you put your food in there and then you go for a little ride with your mates in the country and then you have a picnic. Lovely, lovely bikes. Very enjoyable game. I've said it so many times now, but this game does something that I don't think any other game that I have ever played does, and that's it feels like you're just out for a nice ride in the country. There's not many cars around with your mates. And to me, that's the reason you have a motorbike. It's those Sunday afternoons when you just go for a ride in the country down a lovely, lovely country lane and there's not much traffic about. It's nice and sunny, it's clear. That's the reason for having a bike, and this game gives you that feeling, which is really quite remarkable. It doesn't necessarily do that so much when you're riding around Donington Park on Foggy's fucking ridiculous R1 machine. What is it? What is it that Foggy's got? There it is. It's a 996. It's a fucking nightmare. But yeah, one of my favourite bikes in the game. It's nice to ride, but it is a little bit of a handful, it's got to be said. So were all of the bikes in this category. Right, I'm done chatting about Ducatis. I'm going to get back on the Rossi game now, because I didn't want to jump between the two too much, because they are a little bit different handling, a little bit different driver line, and it's a very different game. And while I'm playing one, I go back to the other one, and I was fucking all over the place, a complete nightmare. So I thought I'll focus on one of them, then I'll come back to the other. But this has been a really, really nice experience. I will get back on Rossi, but I'm going to have a crack at Assassin's Creed, I think, this evening. So I'll see you guys soon. Take care and have a wonderful evening. Bye-bye.